On February 4th, 2021, just after noon, New Mexico State Police Officer Darian Jarrett was conducting a traffic stop on Interstate 10 in Las Cruces. The man being pulled over was 39-year-old Omar Cueva, who was under investigation by Homeland Security for purchasing and selling narcotics. Several Homeland Security agents were in the nearby area as backup for Jarrett.
Afternoon, sir. My name's Darian Jarrett. I'm with New Mexico State Police. The reason for the stop is your window tint's a little too dark.
Dark?
Yeah. Do you mind if I open the door? Or if you want to roll down the window more.
Dark?
Yeah. I noticed you got temp tags. You got registration for the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
I'll need registration and your driver's license as well. Right. You got... Okay. All right. Do you have insurance for the vehicle? Yeah. Where is it? Is it with the wallet? Do me a favor. Come with me to my vehicle. That way I can run your name and date of birth, and then that way I can get my return. Okay. Go ahead. Shut the vehicle off. If you want, it's up to you. Well, I know.
My license, you can find my wallet?
That'll work. Grab the phone and come with me to my vehicle so I can get the return, and then I can make sure that everything's good.
That's fine.
Okay. What was your name?
Omar Cueva?
Omar Cueva?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Cueva.
O-M-A-R-C.
Okay. Okay. While she's sending the pic, let's go so that I can run my checks on you. Huh?
Get up?
Yeah, so I can run my checks and I can talk to you a little bit while I'm running my checks, and then you'll show me the picture right away because I got paperwork I gotta do, you know? Hey, real quick. You have a firearm on you? Yeah. No, I see it. Please, do me a favor. You mind if I take it off you for my safety? All right, hold on. All right, let's go to my vehicle, okay? Come on.
Oh, shit!
After being asked multiple times to exit the pickup truck so Jarrett could run checks on him, Cueva began to exit the vehicle. As he did so, the officer noticed a handgun holstered to Cueva's right hip and asked him if he was able to remove it from him for his own safety. It seems as though Cueva removed the handgun from the holster and placed it on the passenger seat. Jarrett once again asked him to exit and follow him to his patrol car. Unknown to the officer was that Cueva was reaching for a rifle that was wedged in between the driver's side door and his seat. He walked towards the bed of the pickup and immediately began firing at Jarrett, who fell to the ground. As the officer attempted to reach for his own firearm, Cueva came around to the other side of the pickup and continued shooting, before firing 2 shots at his head at close range. He then re-entered his pickup and drove off. Less than a minute later, the backup Homeland Security agents rushed to assist Jarrett, initially believing he was attempting to arrest Cueva. After seeing the many gunshot wounds to his head and body, they believed he was dead, but still attempted life-saving measures until EMS arrived. Paramedics officially declared Darian Jarrett dead at 12:41 p.m. With several agencies now in search of Cueva, he was spotted by New Mexico officers Lionel Palomares and Sonny Montez about 14 miles east of the initial traffic stop. As the officers were approaching him, he began shooting at their vehicles, before stopping at exit 116 and engaging in a shootout with the officers. Officers were able to use a tire deflation device to puncture one of Cueva's tires. He continued to flee from pursuing officers as they occasionally fired rounds at Cueva. At mile marker 140, 30 miles from the start of the chase, Las Cruces officer Adrian de la Garza performed a pit maneuver on Cueva's pickup.
Is he headed in the opposite direction of traffic?
Watch out! Watch out! Hey, get the fuck back!
After his pickup came to a stop, Cueva jumped out carrying his handgun and fired a shot at De La Garza, hitting him in the arm and causing him to collapse. He approached De La Garza and continued firing, before hiding behind his pickup to avoid gunfire from Doña Aña deputies Diego Herrera and Obed Marte. Cueva fell to the ground before De La Garza fired several rounds at him. Cueva was pronounced dead at the scene, while De La Garza was airlifted to a hospital in El Paso, Texas, to get treatment for the gunshot wound to his arm. Cueva was previously known to have a long and dangerous criminal history. Between 2000 and 2010, he was charged with several drug-related crimes in Southern California, including 2 charges of possession of a controlled substance and 3 charges of importation of a controlled substance. In September 2010, he was charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine in California. He, along with 2 other men, led police on a high-speed chase, reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour. Their vehicle crashed into a fence, and the suspects escaped into a nearby ravine before being arrested shortly afterwards. Cueva was found to have a loaded rifle as well as 15 pounds of meth in his possession. In August 2011, he pled guilty to 3 counts of using a cell phone to facilitate a drug offense. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, though the Bureau of Prisons website reports that he was released in August 2019. At the start of 2021, Homeland Security Investigations was under suspicion that Cueva was engaging in drug deals in New Mexico. They launched an investigation and planned to arrest him during an undercover drug purchase. An HSI agent met with Cueva in January and purchased meth from him. When the agent discovered that he was armed with a rifle, Cueva said that it was for his own protection and that he wasn't going back to prison. Because of this, the plan to arrest him was called off, but the agent agreed to meet him at a later date to purchase fentanyl pills. On February 4th, HSI held a briefing that outlined their plans to arrest Cueva that day. Officer Lionel Palomares was to pull over Cueva on his way to the undercover drug purchase, during which he would arrest him. If this plan failed, an HSI special response team would arrest him after the drug purchase as a backup plan. It's worth noting that neither New Mexico State personnel nor HSI agent Matthew Rodriguez were present at this briefing. During this time, Rodriguez was communicating with New Mexico State Sergeant Mark Madrid, discussing their own plan for a traffic stop on Cueva that was separate from what was outlined in the briefing. Rodriguez witnessed Cueva's pickup heading down Interstate 10 and informed Madrid. Madrid then relayed this information to Officer Jarrett, along with the Be on the Lookout or BOLO alert sent earlier by HSI. Jarrett then conducted the traffic stop on Cueva, leading to the shooting that took his life. An incident report on the shooting listed significant miscommunication issues between HSI and state police. Updates on the operation were mainly done by text message, and there was no central command post relaying accurate information to those involved. Because of this and the absence of Rodriguez at the HSI briefing, neither Officer Jarrett nor Sergeant Madrid were made aware of how dangerous Cueva was, or that HSI was planning a sting operation on him. The BOLO alert that they both worked off of merely stated that Cueva was under suspicion of drug smuggling and that he may have a firearm with him. The HSI agents that were serving as backup for Jarrett also had no means of communication with him, and no one present at the briefing was aware that Jarrett was conducting a traffic stop. According to this report, quote, HSI tactical plans were flawed based on the suspect's criminal history, the totality of the investigation, and the priorities of protecting life. These plans led to improper tactical decision-making on how to conduct the traffic stop. It also admitted that a traffic stop on Cueva, quote, should have never been a tactical option for the arrest of the suspect. In the wake of Jarrett's death, the incident report proposed new procedures and recommendations to prevent another similar situation in the future. Some of these recommendations included ensuring personnel that are assisting in operations are mandated to attend briefings, limiting communication to only those involved in an operation and those that participated in the briefing, and utilizing the best tactics based on the situation or individual. In 2022, several wrongful death lawsuits were filed on behalf of Jarrett's family against the New Mexico Department of Public Safety as well as the U.S. government. The lawsuits alleged that negligence on the part of Homeland Security and state police officials made Jarrett unaware of Cueva's dangerous past, which led to his untimely death. In July of 2023, U.S. District Judge Kia Riggs dismissed the lawsuit against the government, claiming that it was immune to the case. She ruled that since HSI agents were acting on their own judgment when they held back information from Jarrett, they were performing a discretionary function, which prevented the government's sovereign immunity from being waived under the Federal Tort Claims Act. In November of that year, the Department of Public Safety paid a settlement of over $500,000 to the officer's family. Darian Jarrett was 28 years old at the time of his death, and was the first New Mexico state officer to be shot and killed on the job in over 3 decades. He was well liked by his peers both on and off the job. He was a hard worker, loved his career, and continually worked to better himself. During his downtime, he enjoyed hunting and playing video games. He left behind 3 children and his fiancée Gabriella, who was expecting another child at the time. She said, quote, he wore his dad cape loud and proud, and would do anything for his children just to hear them laugh or to see them smile. He told me how at the end of his workday, his favorite thing was opening up that door and having his kids run to his legs to give him big hugs and welcome him home after a long day. His children have lost their best friend.